Another day, another update that's going to change grinding forever. This time just for the pheasant grind. That's really the only thing this will affect, and I'm going to show you exactly what I've been doing to adapt to these changes they made and have my grind be pretty much the same as it was before. Now, first of all, before we actually start our run, let's talk a little bit about something that is going to be vital for this grind now. You need to figure out what direction the pheasants spook. Whatever direction they tend to fly, put your tent over in that direction, because I've noticed that with pheasants, a lot of times they take the exact same paths. You know, some of the groups of pheasants have like 2 different paths that they can take, but try to set up in one of their paths because they will fly that direction pretty much every time, or at least one of the 2 directions they do. So that is what I've done with some of my zones, right? I've got a few where they fly right over top. There's a couple I'm probably going to have to adjust a little bit, but overall, I've managed to get still about a pheasant a minute with this grinding technique that we have been using. It's just the only difference now is you got to shoot them while they're in the air, except for the rare occasions where they land right in front of you. So let's start our run up and actually show you guys what's up with it. Now, I totally understand if you're a console player, this is probably going to be a pretty brutal update because you can no longer shoot them before they fly, and I know it's harder on controller. But what I've been doing, as you can see, is I just spawn on top of them as I have been and shoot it as it flies away. As long as you've got like an idea of where they typically tend to fly to, you can position your tents pretty well. So like, for example, this one, I might decide to change the tent placement from here to like here. That way they kind of fly in that direction. There is our first pheasant. You know, one of the good things to come out of this, I suppose, is I'm going to be getting gold pheasants a lot more than the no medals. That's for sure. Also, it probably would have helped if I actually had my weapon zeroed properly. The zeroing was like not set at all for that. So we've got it set to 50 now. Hopefully that's going to make things better. As you guys can see, there's nothing in this zone at the moment. So I just reset my time. And this is something that I've been doing on this grind is anytime, you know, you go to a zone and there's nothing there, just reset the time until the feed zone appears around you, because that seems to be a pretty good way to do it. It's going to be a lot faster than going somewhere else and then coming back. There we go. The zone is here. So now what we do is we fast travel to this tent once again. And as you can see, right as we fast traveled, a pheasant appeared like in front of us for a split second. Now what we're going to do is smoke him and... oh, tent's in the way. Smoke that one as well. In fact, we're going to shoot him twice, and there they are. So as long as you have decent aim on airborne birds, you'll probably be fine even with the changes that were made in this update. For those of you that are not aware, and in fact, I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning, they pushed out a hotfix today that essentially made it so that pheasants won't just like run around right next to you for like 20 or 30 seconds like they were. So they essentially just made it so you can't stand on top of pheasants anymore. Like if you get close enough to them, they're going to fly. And it seems that they also fly whenever you fast travel on top of them. So yeah, that's kind of the changes that were made. And oh, that was an unfortunate crossfire for that pheasant. Wait, did I kill an extra male? I'm confused about that. Maybe one of the solos flew over here as well, but we just got 3 male pheasants, I guess. Or maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I only claimed 2, because that's a 2-minute difference in our harvest history. I think I definitely only claimed 2 there, and I was just tripping because I was thinking about what I needed to say. Now, onto my field zone. Let's go ahead and pop that guy if we can. Hey. That crazy pheasant. We'll get his buddy instead. And I'm not sure which one I hit. I think we definitely got at least 1 hit in there. This is one of those zones where I will likely have to move the tent, and this is exactly what I was just talking about. There are going to be some scenarios where you may need to move your tent to the direction they tend to fly. Like this herd right here, or not herd, this group right here, this flock of pheasants, they usually spawn here, but occasionally they can spawn over there. And so I'll likely put the tent like right here so that I'll have a better chance to get them in most of my runs. But yeah, we will see how it goes. We did hit one of them, so let's go claim it. Well, here's this little pheasant right here. This one unfortunately ran a pretty far distance, or flew a pretty far distance because we barely nicked it. You know, like I was saying a second ago, I do feel that this is going to be more of a brutal change to controller players than it will be to PC players, because on PC and mouse, you can be a lot more like snappy and accurate with your aim. So I can definitely see that on console. if you're a console player, if you're the average console player, you're probably going to struggle with this update. But somebody like myself that plays a lot of keyboard and mouse and has got really used to it over the years, probably won't be as affected by it because I'm just used to hitting targets like this in the air. But, I mean, only time will tell. Down goes our Pheasant. Let's see what this guy scores. I might have hit it 3 times, so I don't think it's going to... Actually, we got it once. Okay. All right, here we go. This is probably one of my better zones. Oh. Finally hit it. Scarecrow had duck aim for a second there. And honestly, at this point, I think the key to a fast pheasant grind is going to be to just unload as many shells into them as you can. Like, if it's not a diamond or a rare or a great one, just dump shells into it until it literally has none left. Birdshot is insanely cheap, so might as well just throw tons of it at these pheasants. Now, once again, they're not at this zone, so we're going to go ahead and time reset by a few minutes, see if the zone appears, and then fast travel back on top of it. This one does not appear to be here. We'll try one more time, and if it doesn't work, we'll move on. And no zone, so let's go to this one. This zone right here, the last couple times I've gone to it, they've flown directly over top of my tent, so really hoping that's going to be the case again here. I'd love it if they consistently just flew right over me. Oh, yeah. There we go. Got him down. Any others? There's a female. So there's that little pheasant right there. Let's just move on to the next zone. Now, this one over here, I'm not really sure how it's going to work because I had trouble with this zone before. So is it still going to be a tough zone to hunt, or is it going to be virtually unchanged? I have no idea. I mean, I guess they kind of got to be here for us to know. So let's reset the time and see if we can get them here. Well, I guess they don't really want to show up, so let's move on to the next one. Oh, wrong button. Oh no, I hit the wrong button. Got it. Okay. That was almost disastrous. I switched to my bow by accident. But we got him. What level was it even? Okay, so it wasn't a big one, but let's just move on to the next zone. Here we go. Nice, we got that male. I also would recommend that if you didn't already use a scope for this grind. It's going to help you out so much with the shotgun shots. I really do recommend the base game shotgun scope, the Meridian. It has the lowest, like, zoom level, but its highest zoom level is also, you know, pretty good. It's going to be good enough. It's got a 1 to 4x zoom, so it's pretty solid. I really like it. Something else I've discovered that I really want to show you guys that might help you on your grind. I noticed that every single time that I go to this zone, the pheasants fly up towards where I've placed this tent. You can use that to your advantage as well if you would like. So I fast traveled here a couple runs ago, and they flew right to me. Now, most times I'm going to be fast traveling right here and then just going to that tent to claim them probably, because that's where they tend to die if I poorly hit them. But we'll see. You know, as things kind of progress and we learn more about what we need to do now, I will, of course, make more vids talking about it and things like that. But for now, guys, I figured I'd just put out this quick video kind of talking about some of the changes that I'm making and stuff like that for this grind. I feel like overall, it is going to slow the grind down for sure. But it's definitely not going to make it an impossible grind. With the small exception that, well, actually, it's not really a small exception, but with the exception that if you're on a controller, it might be a little bit tougher. I don't know. I haven't tried it on controller yet with this update, so let me know what it's like as a controller player in the comments down below, because I think that's where this is going to have the most effect. And then there's one small change that I have also started making now, because of the fact that whenever you, fast travel from a tent, if the animals were in the zone you were fast traveling from, they're going to spook, and now they fly off, so it's even worse. So what I've been doing is I go to an extra tent, and I just reset the time at the end of my run. That way it kind of saves my location on the map, because whenever you reset your time, it saves your location on the map. So what we're... Ooh, I kind of want to shoot that. Oh, well, I'll think about that later. Gonna reset the time so that it puts me here when I main menu and come back in. So as always, we still main menu to make the animals stop being nervous. and then re-enter, and we should be good to go. Now, one positive to this, because there is one positive that I don't think a lot of people realize, is the fact that if you were having trouble getting respawns before because you were just blazing through your runs so fast, this slows the runs down just enough to where you actually will have your respawns more reliably because it's just taking longer to get through the run. So you're actually giving them more time to respawn. So it does have one positive. I know to a lot of you that may not seem like good enough, but there is a small positive to it, and they spawned really far away this time, so unfortunately I probably won't be able to get them this time around, but it looks like it was all females anyway. So now that we've finished that run, let's go ahead and take a look at how long it took us. So let's see, when did I start? I started right here, I believe. Yeah, 10:11. So from 10:11 to 10:23, that's about 12 minutes, and we killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we killed 10 pheasants in 12 minutes. So it's definitely not going to be as fast as before. We're not going to be killing 80 to 100 pheasants an hour, but we will likely still be able to get 50 to 70 an hour, depending on how good our runs end up being, which is not bad. I mean, it's still faster than a tar grind. It's still somewhat faster or identical to a bear grind. So I think it's still going to be doable. It is going to be tougher, though. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Please be civil about it. There's going to be a lot of you that disagree with each other on this matter, so just keep it cordial. Don't be rude. Anyway, leave a comment, like I said. Hit the like button if you are new and you enjoy the content here. Subscribe if you're new and enjoy the content here as well. And yeah, share with a friend. Let them know. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.